Throughout the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, fans have been posing questions of canon and whether or not some of the new revelations fit or if they're retcons or whatever. So today I'm going to run through some of the most prominent questions I've seen and share my thoughts. Does Leia meeting Obi-Wan make sense? In her message in A New Hope, why does she call him General Kenobi? Why is she acting so formal? Did she forget her adventure with him 9 years earlier? No, obviously she didn't forget. I think it's awesome that they met before A New Hope, and I love the way they helped each other grow in the series. Her holographic message is so formal because she's playing the role of a senator. She is delivering a diplomatic speech of passion. She addresses him as general because she is asking him to be a general again. Also, as far as we currently know, it has been 9 years. I know if I reach out to a friend I haven't spoken to in a while, I wouldn't just text and ask for a favor. There would be a level of formality to it. Not to mention, later on in the same movie, Luke says he's here with Ben Kenobi and she jumps out of her seat with excitement. That's the thing with a lot of retroactive choices in Star Wars. They might make some moments seem a little weird, but they still work, whereas other moments they make work a lot better. But how about Obi-Wan telling Luke he hasn't gone by the name Obi-Wan since before Luke was born? I've also seen some people saying he hasn't heard the name Obi-Wan since before Luke was born, and that's just not the line. He says he hasn't heard that name in a long time, and 9 years is a long time. Anyway, I think that's still fine. He changed his name to Ben 19 years ago. Sure, some people called him Obi-Wan here or there, but not on Tatooine. And what's he supposed to say to Luke? I haven't gone by the name Obi-Wan since before you were born, except for that crazy week where I saved your sister and fought your dad again. Remember, this is Obi-Wan, from a certain point of view, Kenobi we're talking about. Also, characters don't speak in a story to dictate perfect history to an audience. They're just talking to each other. Obi-Wan, the person, might be slightly bending the truth for convenience's sake, but that doesn't mean it's a contradiction of lore. If Han Solo says something isn't his fault, it's not a contradiction when we learn that it actually is his fault. Nobody goes, now wait a minute, he said it wasn't his fault. What does this mean for the canon? But moving on, let's get into the Darth Vader of it all. Does that line to Obi-Wan still make sense? We meet again at last. The circle is now complete. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master. People have interpreted that to mean that they hadn't seen each other since Mustafar. I had always interpreted the line that way as well, and I still do. When Anakin left the Jedi Order, when he left Obi-Wan Kenobi, he was technically a Jedi Knight, but he was still a learner. I do think that's the moment Vader is referring to, but then the series does a good job of showing that 10 years after their duel in Revenge of the Sith, Vader hasn't grown. He was struggling with the same flaws he was when he was a Padawan. So, whether you're looking at Episode 3 or the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, Vader referring to himself as a learner makes sense, and then he's announcing that he has overcome what was holding him back by the time of A New Hope. And again, Vader isn't trying to relay canonical history to the audience when he delivers that line in Episode 4. He's trying to talk some smack to Obi-Wan. All he's really saying is, hey, you won last time and the time before that, but now I'm the strongest and I'm gonna win. He's not sitting there wondering whether or not his line makes sense with their entire life experiences. He's not fact-checking his smack talk on Wikipedia. He's just trying to get psyched up for the fight. How about the Empire, knowing about the Organas and their relationship with Obi-Wan Kenobi? Wouldn't that be considered treasonous? I actually think Andor might shed even more light on this situation, but the fact of the matter is that right now, the Imperial Senate does have some power. The Inquisitors chastise Reva for kidnapping a senator's daughter to lure out Obi-Wan. Even by the time of A New Hope, when they capture Leia above Tatooine, Vader is told that holding her is dangerous. It might be Palpatine's government, but the whole point of the Death Star is so that he can get rid of the Senate and take complete control. No more pretending to care about what the Senate has to say, no more tiptoeing around them and the supposed will of the people. The Death Star is meant to be the ultimate tool of fear and oppression. And guess whose planet they blow up the second they have a chance? The Organas. So yes, the Empire knows about the relationship with the Jedi. Maybe they could have done something about it in the Senate, but maybe not. Bail Organa was popular, and I guess they probably felt it wasn't worth the risk with the Death Star on the way, and they didn't know it was going to take 9 more years to finish. Get it together, Krennic. I think those are all the big ones I saw being discussed online. Of course, the Grand Inquisitor being stabbed in Part 2 caused some commotion, but he was fine. Let me know if there are any other questions you had in the comments. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel for further Obi-Wan Kenobi coverage, follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.